Greetings and welcome to 4th grade Excel lesson 110. We're going to learn how to calculate equivalent and simplified fractions using division. Two fractions that name the same amount of stuff, and the way that we're going to move from one fraction to the other is by using division. Let's read this part. Let's get that out of the way. Let's read this starting on you. Read along with me here. You can create equivalent fractions by dividing both the numerator and the denominator by the same number. We'll take a look at that in just a second. As long as both remainders are 0, the result will be an equivalent fraction. You can't divide 5 by 2. That's not allowed. You got to divide 5 by 5 or 5. Well, there's no point in dividing it by 1 because it's going to be the same number. But you only can divide it by a number that goes in evenly. When the numerator and denominator can no longer be divided evenly, the fraction is simplified. In other words, we would say it's in lowest terms, or the smallest numbers that fraction can be named by. Let's take a look at an example here. 4/8. You see we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. 4/8 are circles out of the total 8. Well, I can change that into 2/4. How would I do that? I'm going to divide all of this by 2. I'm going to put that into groups of 2. Here's a group, here's a group, here's a group, and here's a group. See, I'm putting it into groups of 2. So now what I have is 1, 2 that are circles, 2 out of 1, 2, 3, 4 total, 2 out of 4, and that's shown right here. Another way to do that is to divide the 4 and the 8 into groups of 4. Here's a group of 4, and here's a group of 4. I've got 1 group of 4 circles out of 2 total groups. 1 out of 2, which is equal to 1/2. 4/8, if I divide the numerator and the denominator by 2, or 2 2s, I get 2/4. 4 divided by 2 is 2. 8 divided by 2 is 4. 2/4 divided by 2 2s is equal to 1/2. And so there I'm simplifying 2/4 and making it into 1/2. Now really what I'm doing, check this out. They don't even tell you this in here. Let's say I'm doing 4/8 and I can divide the denominator and the numerator by the same number. So I'm dividing it like, let's say, whoa! Didn't mean to do that. I'm dividing it by 4. No. 4. I don't have room right here. Let me move this down a little bit. 4/4, right? Well, what is 4/4? That's 4/4, which is equal to 1. So I'm dividing 4/8 really, in a way, by 1. Well, when I divide any number by 1, 6 divided by 1 is 6. It's the same number. It's worth the same amount. 12 divided by 1 equals 12. And so is 4/8 divided by 1 is still 4/8. But by dividing it by 4/4, I'm doing 4 divided by 4, which is 1, 8 divided by 4, which is 2, and so 4/8 divided by 4/4 is equal to 1/2, and 1/2 is the same thing as 4/8. See, there's half of the shapes are circles, half of the shapes are circles, half of the shapes are circles. It's still the same idea. It's the exact same amount of stuff. Okay, let's look at the examples and see if the numerator and the denominator of the first fraction can be divided by the same number. 2/4. What can I divide 2 and 4 by? I can divide it by 2/2, or 1, right? So 2 divided by 2 is equal to 1. 4 divided by 2 equals 2. And you can see in the picture that 2/4 is the same thing as 1/2. Here's another example. We have 6/8 being squares here on number 2. 6 out of 8 are squares. What can I divide both the 6 and the 8 by? I can divide 6 by 2 and I can divide 8 by 2. Write that on your paper. That's how you show your work, is by writing divided by 2 divided by 2. 8 divided by 2 is 4. 6 divided by 2 is 3. All right, why don't you try number 3? Pause the video and then turn it back on when you're ready. All right, so here we go. You divide 9 by 3. Hopefully yours looks better than that. To get 3, so you have to divide the 6 by 3 also. 6 divided by 3 is 2. 6/9 equals 2/3. 2/3 of these are triangles. Look, there's 1/3, 2/3 out of 3 total. 1, 2 out of 3, 2/3. All right, pause and do number 4. You should have already done it. 6 divided by 2 is equal to 3. Make sure you show these divided by. 2 divided by 2 is 1. Do you see the 1/3 right there? There's one stripe out of 3 stripes altogether that is shaded, right? One stripe is shaded. Okay, pause the video and do 5 and 6. 5 and 6. So here we have 9/12. I can divide 9 by 3 and 12 by 3 to get 3/4. And you can see the 3/4 right here. 1, 2, 3 out of 4 altogether. 3/6, I divide 3 by 3. So I divide 6 by 3. 6 divided by 3 is 2. Are 1/2 of these circles? Yes, they are, as you can see right here. All right, then it says these fractions are representative of the portion of the group on the right that are circles. Over here, we could say that 8/12 are circles. 8/12, right? 8 circles out of 12 altogether. We can say that 4/6 are circles. 1, 2, 3, 4 out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 4 groups or 4 pairs of circles out of 6 pairs. We could also say that it's 2/3. There's a third, there's a third, and there's a third. And 2 of these are circles. All right, number 7, 12/15. We can divide both of those by 3. What do you get here? 15 divided by 3 is 5. 12 divided by 3 is 4. Write a 4 in the box. All right, I'm going to give you one for number 8. There we go. How about 9? Oops, that's supposed to be a 9, right? 9/12 equals 3 over blank. Try that one. Pause the video and see if you can solve it. Okay, you should have done 9 divided by 3 is 3, so 12 divided by 3 is 4. Okay, here's the next one. We're going to go 12 over 16 equals, I want you to put a box here, a line, and 4 right there. Okay, pause the video and see if you can solve that before I show you the answer. 16 divided by 4 is 4. So 12 divided by 4 is 3. Look at that. Okay. Now the next one, I want you to do 20 over 30 equals 2 over a box. Pause the video and see if you can solve that. Well, 20 divided by 10 is 2. And so 30 divided by 10 is 3. 2/3. There you go. That's the end of my crazy lesson.